Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Relevant Jukebox, and today I'm back with another episode of my Hidden Gems series covering records that have a cult following, are a little more overlooked or obscured, and today we're going to talk about Otokotachi no Wakare, December 28th, 1998, aka A Men's Farewell by the band Fishmans. So this is the legendary live record from the Japanese psychedelic rock and dub band Fishmans. And if you're unfamiliar with Fishmans, they were a band that were active in the early to late 90s and have since developed a cult following via word of mouth on internet forums and social media. So, you may have seen this record get passed around numerous times. I mean, I see people post about it pretty frequently, but their albums Long Season and Aerial Camp are hailed by critics and fans alike to be classics in the Japanese psychedelic rock catalog. And I'm choosing to highlight their live record here because I do think it compiles all of the band's best material on one release, and it also happens to be my favorite live record ever. Now, this set took place on December 28th, 1998, which also happens to be my birthday, which is really cool, but I was 9 years old back then, so I wasn't up on Fishmans yet. And originally, this whole tour was a farewell of sorts for the bassist, Yuzuru, who had said that he was going to leave the band once the tour was completed. And this being the final stop on the tour, sadly, ended up being the band's last performance ever, as the frontman, Shinju Soto, ended up suddenly passing away a couple months after this set. And this live record over here was my introduction to Fishmans originally, which is kind of odd. Usually live records aren't my entry points into bands, but I will say I do think it is a good entry point if you've never heard of this band before, because this live album over here and this recording is something special in my opinion. Now, this set took place at Akasaka Blitz, which is a venue in Tokyo that is actually an indoor venue, but it's weird. When I listen to this album, I feel like I'm outside watching the band on a stage and they're on a lake and it's like lit by a full moon and we're surrounded by a bunch of tiki torches or something, because there really is this like noticeably warm and like organic feeling in this recording that you don't get from their studio material. Take the track Night Cruising, for example, comparing this live version to the one that landed on Aerial Camp. All of that like sort of glossy and spacey sheen that the track has is removed and it's swapped out for that warm, like in the moment feeling. And I gotta say, I do prefer the live take on this one, especially the outro and how it just kind of goes. I mean, it feels so amazing. It's almost like time stops and doesn't matter. And I mean, the way that this set ends with a performance of Long Season is pretty much just the most epic way possible. Once again, I do prefer the live cut that lands on this album to the studio release. It is about 7 minutes longer overall, with the new reworked intro that I just absolutely love. The intimacy in the start of this track here just really adds to the overall climactic feeling of this set, especially given the stuff surrounding the band after it happened. And the performances on this take, are just absolutely flawless in my opinion, and are equally as thrilling every time I go and start it from beginning to end, because there are all these like little subtle changes that the band adds along the way compared to the studio cut that just keep everything engaging. And the set overall does have a pretty awesome array of tracks from the band's discography with some hidden gems thrown in there as well, and it just gives me chills to listen to this every single time. I couldn't think of a more perfect send-off for a band. Now, thankfully, this record is not too difficult to seek out. It is on streaming services, so you don't have to go searching down some weird rabbit hole for a nice rip of it. Sadly, there is no vinyl pressing of this, though, which is kind of odd. The only physical releases you can find of it are on a CD release, and it was released twice through a DVD live set, which is really cool, too. But man, I am just would love this live record over here to get the full vinyl treatment that it deserves. It's number one on my list for albums that I want to see pressed. So anyway, I'll stop rambling about this album over here. The point of these Hidden Gems videos are not necessarily to analyze every track. It is more of a suggestion, so I really think you should go out and check this out. And if you click down in my description box below, I'm going to have a link in there for the opening cut, Oh Slime, so you can get a quick taster. But seriously, you should just check out this whole album. And if you have listened to this record before or checked it out, let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and share. And if you want more content from me, hit that subscribe button. Peace.